Hi, this is Ed Driscoll. Welcome to Silicon Graffiti. In 1945, America emerged victorious from World War II. We were the superpower, with the power to simultaneously destroy the world and, we thought at the time, remake it in our image. But little known to us, in a sense, America had lost a war with Germany. Not to the Nazis, thank God, but to the Weimar Republic, which lasted from the end of World War I to the rise of the Nazis. America's infatuation with all things German began arguably with journalist H.L. Mencken. In 1908, Mencken published his second book, The Philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche. In the late 19th century, Nietzsche simultaneously announced that God was dead, and as such, a new set of morals were needed, since notions of good and evil and morality in general were suddenly all relative. Mencken's love of Nietzsche won him few favors while World War I was in force, and the Wilson administration punished any pro-German thought. But by the 1930s, numerous German intellectuals had fled Nazi Germany, and many landed in America. Walter Gropius, the founder of the Bauhaus in 1919, and Mies van der Rohe, its last director when the Nazis permanently shuttered its doors in 1933, both became influential architects in America. But they were even more influential as teachers in America, instructing a generation of prominent architects in the ways of the German Bauhaus, forever transforming the American skyline in the process. In Tom Wolfe's blistering early 1980s look at modern architecture, From Bauhaus to Our House, Wolfe wrote that Gropius, Mies, and other German artists were welcomed by American intellectuals in the 1930s as the equivalent of the white gods, come from the skies at last. Similarly, as the late Allan Bloom wrote in 1987's The Closing of the American Mind, by the middle of the 20th century, American universities as a whole, not just their architecture departments, had essentially become enclaves of German philosophy. Bloom wrote that, quote, "This popularization of German philosophy in the United States is of peculiar interest to me because I have watched it occur during my own intellectual lifetime, and I feel a little like someone who had known Napoleon when he was 6. I have seen value relativism and its concomitants grow greater in the land than anyone imagined. Who in 1920 would have believed that Max Weber's technical, sociological terminology would someday be the everyday language of the United States, the land of the Philistines, itself in the meantime becoming the most powerful nation in the world? The self-understanding of hippies, yippies, yuppies, panthers, prelates, and presidents has unconsciously been formed by German thought of a half-century earlier. Herbert Marcuse's accent has been turned into a Middle Western twang, the Eckdeutsch label has been replaced by a Made in America label, and the new American lifestyle has become a Disneyland version of the Weimar Republic for the whole family," unquote. Which isn't to say that German influences on America were all bad, or that this was some sort of sinister plot. Sigmund Freud's efforts have been left in the dust by modern neuroscience, but research into the hidden caverns of the human brain had to start somewhere. Albert Einstein's theories led to the splitting of the atom, which both won World War II and provided the basis of nuclear power, which has been remarkably safe in America and Europe. After the war, America's jet aviation, first the Air Force and then commercial airlines, benefited enormously from brilliant German engineering work, even as America was, thankfully, destroying Nazi Germany's ability to implement these designs. Similarly, America landed a man on the moon thanks to the efforts of Wernher von Braun and other German emigres. On Park Avenue in 1966, a businessman could have lunch at the Four Seasons, a restaurant designed by Philip Johnson, who dug both Weimar and its successor culture, in a building designed by Mies van der Rohe. He could then walk over to the Pan Am building, designed by Walter Gropius, and catch a helicopter to JFK Airport. On the way, he could read about Wernher von Braun's latest efforts to land the man on the moon. If he was worried that von Braun's missiles could be used to deliver payloads designed by Albert Einstein and Edward Teller, well, his Freudian analysts would soon set him at ease. At least until our businessman saw the April 8, 1966 cover of Time magazine, which echoed the words of Friedrich Nietzsche nearly a century earlier. And all the while, our businessman was likely never thinking of where these additions to American life originated. The following decade, our businessman would struggle with Weimar-style risque sexual mores, hyperinflation, and what the then U.S. President's administration ultimately termed a malaise and a crisis of confidence amongst his fellow liberal elites. But to respond to the query of Thomas Friedman last year in the New York Times, can Greeks become Germans? Well, 50 years ago, we did, didn't we? For Silicon Graffiti, I'm Ed Driscoll.